The second marriage of Ejíògbè, the first wife of a true son of Ejíògbè, will not stay long by his side unless she is fair-skinned. The next woman of Ejíògbè was named Iworo and was a witch. No matter how much they try to avoid it, the sons of Ejíògbè, those for whom Ejíògbè appears during the Ifa or Ugbadan initiation, marry more often women who belong to the world of witchcraft. If he has 3 wives, at least 2 of them will be witches. Ejíògbè was still very poor when he remarried. He and his wife lived below the poverty level. Whenever they killed a rat, Orunmila would give the head to the wife. The same happened when they caught a fish, a chicken, and even a goat. It was clear that his fortunes were beginning to increase. Eventually, they reached a good position and were able to build their own house, raise their children, and he could marry another wife. At this point, he decided to make a Thanksgiving meal for his Ifa. Then he bought a cow for the meal and invited other priests who were family members. During the festivity, when the meat was being distributed among the guests, the most senior wife expected, as was customary, to be given the cow's head. After waiting in vain for this to happen, the woman took it and placed it near her. Almost instantly, some of the more vindictive priests scolded her on the basis that the head was not the appropriate part of a cow to be given to a woman. Then the cow's head was taken away from her. She waited a while to give time for her husband to intervene and resolve the situation. As there was no positive reaction from him, she left the meal and went to her room. 3 days later, the woman packed her things, left Ejíògbè's house, and went to live with her brother named Iworo, who soon after gave her shelter. After the Thanksgiving ceremonies were over, Ejíògbè went out to look for the woman. When he searched everywhere and could not find her, he went to see her brother, who informed him that he had given her refuge. Upon seeing Iworo, Ejíògbè asked her why she had abandoned him so discourteously. With tears in her eyes, she reminded him that when they were poor, he frequently gave her the head of any animal they could kill to eat, and that no priest or family member had shown up at that time. She continued asking him why it was that when they had reached a position comfortable enough to eat from a cow, others had come to deny her the privilege of keeping the head. Why had no family member come to demand the heads of the rat, the fish, the chicken, etc.? In a poetic outburst, she exclaimed, "What man can boast of being greater than the elephant? Who can claim to be greater than the buffalo? Who can boast of being more influential than the king? No head tie can be wider than those used by the elders of the night. No rope can be as long as that used by the witches. No cap can be more famous than a crown. In width or in length, the hand cannot be higher than the head. The palm branch is often taller than the leaves at its head. Wherever there is music, it is the sound of the bell that is heard louder than the other instruments, and the palm is more influential than all the other trees in the forest." As soon as Ejíògbè heard this poem, he also cried and asked his wife to forgive him. The woman then felt pity for him and agreed to return to the house on the condition that he would placate her with a piece of white cloth, some money, and that he would honor her head with a goat. This explains why anyone born through Ejíògbè in Ugbadan must honor the head of his oldest wife with a goat when he enjoys prosperity. When someone born through Ejíògbè comes out in divination, it will be asked if he has honored the head of his wife with a goat. He should be told that his oldest wife, if she is fair-skinned, is a benevolent witch who will help him prosper in life as long as he can avoid disdaining her. If, on the other hand, it comes out in the divination for a man whose oldest wife has left the house, he should be advised to go and plead with her to reconcile with him without delay, lest he returns to living in want.